Okay, so in this lecture, we're just going to go through a bit of the notation you need to know. So there's all different types of numbers, but I'm just going to run them through with you, some of them that we're going to be looking at. So we have natural numbers. So that's any number that's greater than 0 and goes all the way up to positive infinity. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to positive infinity. Then you have whole numbers, right? Well, they're all numbers including 0. So, but again, they're all positive, going all the way up to positive infinity. And then you have integers, right? So integers now include negative numbers, but they're numbers that no fractions or anything like that, just negative, single numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, 2, 3, etc., all the way to negative infinity and all the way up to positive infinity. Then you have another kind of like, these are all subsets of these ones here. So you have rational numbers. So they're numbers that have been written as fractions of integers. So 2 over 3, 1 over 2. So these are, it's kind of getting more and more diverse as you go up. But then you have real numbers, which include all numbers, rational and irrational. So a rational number would be like pi. So it kind of goes on forever and ever and ever. So these are what all the letters relate to, but we'll mostly be dealing with real numbers in this course. So vocabulary, a bit more vocabulary. When someone says a set, it means a collection of objects. So it could be a collection of numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, but it could also be, a collection of people, like people in a room. Then you talk about an element, so an element of a set. So we say here that 2 is an element of 1, 2, 3, and 4, of the set of 1, 2, 3, 4. We could also have like a person is a set of a classroom, so John is a part of this class. And then you have a subset, which is when you have 1 or 2 or more elements from a set, so a set within a set. You can kind of think of it. So 2 and 3 is a subset of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and this letter here, this kind of curvy E, what that means is you read it as is a member of. So you'd say here, this sentence would read 2 is a member of 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then here, the same letter with a cross through it means is not a member of. So here we'd say 6 is not a member of this set because 6 is not in this set. And then when you have these curly brackets that are, it just means it's an empty set. So the set of square numbers between 10 and 15 is empty because there are no square numbers that lie between 10 and 15. So here's a bit of an example here. If we're asked to list the members of the set D, where D is equal to where X is between -1, the range of X is between -1 and 5, and X is a set of N, which is natural numbers. Okay. Well, it's something like this where D, then we have curly brackets, and then, well, if it's natural numbers, right? -1's not going to be in there, 0 is not going to be in there. So it's just going to be start at 1, 2, 3, 4, and X has to be less than 5. And natural numbers means you can't have any rational numbers or any fractions like that. So the next one is you can't have anything bigger than 4 really, because the next step is 5. It needs to be less than 5. So that would be, and that's your final answer there.